Hello guys, S2W here again as your average consumer. Here with another new pickup late in the summer and another sneaker from Adidas, the Nomad XR1s, or famously known as the NMD XR1s. The NMD XR1s were part of this massive drop of NMDs on August 18, 2016 in North America. It is the first time the XR1s were out for the public to purchase. Before the drop, there were rumors of 10 different colorways of the NMD XR1s, but only 3 officially dropped as far as I know in the US, and only 1 in Canada as of date of this video upload. On Adidas Canada's website, these XR1s were sold almost instantly, followed closely by the 3M monochrome pack NMD R1s after. In Canada, it's a blessing to be able to purchase a pair of these all-white XR1s, as most big retailers did not sell this model of NMDs that day. A closer look at these NMD XR1s, they kept the sneaker similar like previous models of the NMDs, where they feature a one-piece upper. However, the material they use on the XR1s are prime knit. That's right, not the same ones as the lower tier models of the NMDs with only mesh uppers. For those who don't know, Adidas' prime knit is a new method of digital knitting used by Adidas. Knitting fused yarn into an entire upper as just one piece. The material is very flexible and lightweight, and basically it's fabric that can seamlessly wrap around your feet for an enhanced fit. Famously used on many Adidas running shoes out in the market right now, such as the Ultra Boosts. On the sides of the shoe, you have the NMD signature EVA plugs that are embedded on and into the sneaker. On the lateral side, you have 2 blocks, while only 1 on the inside just like previous models of the NMDs. They are there to create more stability as you walk. However, upon closer examination, the front blocks of the XR1s are actually embedded into the boost rather than on the outside sticking out like on many previous models. These blocks are much smaller and thinner as well, almost as if they're not there. Also, let's not forget the full-length boost technology on the shoe, similar to all the NMDs dropped so far. If you look closely to the one-piece prime knit upper, you will see streaks of off-white lines. This is their design to create a white noise graphic hit on the sneakers. Moving up to the tongue area, the pull tab is much higher and more rounded than the normal mesh NMDs. This tallness and roundedness reminds me of the same ones found on the Adidas tubulars, so maybe that's where they got their inspirations from. Also, we have a patch that almost feels like leather, sewn on the tongue to give the sneakers a hit of the Adidas branding. On these XR1s, this Adidas patch actually sits on top of the prime knit, whereas on the mesh NMD R1s, the Adidas logo was imprinted flat on the mesh. So as you can see here, it's stitched only at the top and bottom of the patch. So be careful, because the last thing you want is anything to be snagged on there. One of the more noticeable difference on this pair of XR1s are the molded TPU quarter panels on the side of the shoe. Yes, they caged these pair of NMDs unlike the R1s where they only imprinted the iconic 3 stripes at the side. On the outside, the cage is see-through in the middle, where the fencing is actually a type of fabric. On the inner side, the cage is just a plastic mold and is not see-through at all. Interesting to note is that when the XR1s came in, the laces were tucked in within the cage. I find this very intriguing as people can now have additional methods of lacing for these sneakers. Under these laces, you will see a familiar taping running across over the shoe. I'm assuming this is the same taping to secure the stitching pattern happening on that part of the sneaker, also found on previous R1 models. Compared to the R1s, these XR1s have less apparent branding, because as you can see at the side, the cage takes over instead of the iconic 3 stripes found on the R1 models. Also, because of the way that they designed the XR1s, they made the front Lego blocks small, so the usual Adidas logo that's on there is taken out. Taking a look at the back of the sneakers, you have the iconic pull tab found on many other NMDs already. Written in either Japanese, French, German, or English, all pairs come with random strips of pull tabs that translates to the brand with the 3 stripes. On the XR1, the pull tab is threaded through a cuff instead of having it splitted up by a piece of plastic heel molding found dominantly on the R1s. For all those wondering, the cuff material feels exactly like the patch material on the tongue. Also, unlike the NMD R1s, there's no padding on the heel of this sneaker, making it fit much like a sock. If we take a look inside the sneaker, we have the same embedded insole that cannot be taken out, already found on many previous models of the NMDs. Under the shoe, we have the same rubber outsole as the NMD R1s, with the same hexagonal patterns and Adidas logo and branding, great for durability and grip on the ground. Anyways, Here's some NMD XR1 fit footages. Fit-wise, I personally bought them half size down from true to size. I have heard people who bought them true to size though, so it's your call because everyone has different feet. So if you can't go half size down, stay true to size, and if anything, you can put an insole inside to make it a bit more tight. Like many NMDs, they fit wide and flat, so it's very comfortable if you fall under those categories. Price-wise, they retailed at $170 Canadian, $10 more than a mesh NMD R1s launched on the same day. I do firmly believe if you get the choice, it's a better bang for the buck if you get the XR1s, as the prime knit material's feel and comfort is just way better than the meshes, unless of course if you don't find the XR1s appealing to you. Boost comfort wise, they are comfortable but not squishy. If you want to compare to the R1s, I want to say that the XR1s do feel a little tiny bit more squishier near the upper half of the feet because the front block is significantly smaller in size. However, as an average consumer, they do still feel almost identical at the end of the day in my opinion. But as always, throw me some likes if you liked the video and let me know in the comments if you will get the NMD XR1s, or will you pass this time around as they look bad or too alike to the NMD City socks. That's it for today. S2W signing off.